All right, hello everyone. My name is Alyssa Zobrist, and here's my presentation on symbolic interaction theory. So, what is it? Symbolic interaction theory is going to help us analyze how society or people in general are addressing the subjective meaning that people are placing on different objects, events, or behaviors. So, they are given some primacy because it's the belief that people behave based on what they believe to be or to not be true. So, in other words, people are going to act towards things a certain way depending on the way that they have meaning for those things. And then here is an example in media from my favorite TV show, The Office.
So, Phil recruited me to sell these cars, and now I am recruiting you. Who is this guy again? Don't worry about Phil. He drives a Corvette. He is doing just fine. Okay. Calling cards are the wave of the future. These things sell themselves. Who uses calling cards anyway? You know what? That's a nice attitude, Ryan. I'm just helping you invest in your future, my friend. It sounds like a get-rich-quick scheme. Yes, thank you. You will get rich quick. We all will.
Can you lose a lot of money on that other investment, the one from the email?
You know what, Toby? When the son of the deposed king of Nigeria emails you directly asking for help, you help. His father ran the freaking country, okay? All right, so raise your hand if you want to get rich. All right.
No. How is this not a pyramid scheme?
All right, let me explain again. Phil has recruited me and another guy. Now, we are getting 3 people each. The more people that get involved, the more people who are investing, the more money we're all going to make. It's not a pyramid scheme. It's not even a scheme per se.
I have to go make a call.
So,
Oops.
Phil.
Alrighty, so there's a couple assumptions based off this theory that we can make in this video. So the first one is Michael's sense of self. So we're going to assume that Phil probably complimented or boosted Michael's ego somehow in this interaction, whether that's complimenting him on the way he looks or the way he carries himself as a businessman. Michael can then internalize this into his sense of self that if a successful guy like Phil, who's doing great at this business, who drives a Corvette, thinks he is great, he must be good enough to be able to sell these calling cards. And that is going to give him the motivation to be able to present this idea to his close friends at work. The other assumption that we can make from this theory and this video is the emphasis of meaning that Michael carries this conversation of. So people are going to react to something according to the meaning they hold to it. And so Phil was able to kind of sell Michael on this pyramid scheme with a little bit of emotional work, that Michael could recruit his friends and that he would be rich like Phil. So Phil was able to kind of surface act by boosting Michael's confidence, by being pleasant, smiling, and selling the idea of how rich he is to Michael. And through that, Michael put a lot of emphasis on their conversation, which gave him the confidence to be able to go forth and do this pyramid scheme. A few concepts that are also going to be coming from this theory that show in the video are symbols, social norms, and identity. So the first one is symbols. Phil driving a Corvette really meant something to Michael. We heard Michael in the video say, well, he drives a Corvette, he's rich. So Michael is implying that Phil is rich and that Phil got rich from this pyramid scheme because he drives the Corvette. So he put a lot of emphasis on what a Corvette means to him. Another one is social norms. So after Jim kind of draws the triangle around the board, Michael then realizes that it is in fact a pyramid scheme or like a get rich quick thing. Michael displayed emotional labor by not getting angry in front of his coworkers and in front of his peers. He kind of took a deep breath and just said he had to go make a call. Once he does realize that, instead of showing probably that anger and frustration that he was feeling. And then lastly is Michael's identity. So Michael, you can tell throughout the film, is identifying himself as a successful boss and probably a businessman. And he displays that in the sense of self with impression management by wearing a suit. You'll see him wear a suit almost every single episode, putting on a quick little presentation instead of just having an informal conversation about this and pulling only the men into the office. Alrighty, and then lastly, just kind of a few quick facts about pyramid schemes, or also known as multi-level marketing business models. So these were introduced around 1945, and then they're operating with the dual premise of retailing through a network of distributors and recruiting new distributors to do the same thing. So I will bring on one person, that person brings on two people, and so on and so forth. These pyramid schemes can come in many different forms, including chain letters, gifting tables, and business opportunities. Despite being promised financial success, which is usually kind of sold when people are recruited into this, and despite having kind of that personal financial freedom, whatever it might be, a lot of these multi level marketing businesses participants lose money and find themselves deeply in debt. And then some of the strategies that some of these businesses employ are preying on women, immigrants, people who have lower income, and those whose lifestyles necessitate extra income and flexibility, like stay at home parents. And then here is my works cited. Thank you so much.